have wanted to take the initiative to pull her for a chat? I would pull her for a chat, yeah. Do you still think keeping Soul would have been the right decision? Yeah, I feel like it would. I feel like it would make more sense. But if you have to think, because Sincere's fully off of it, because Sincere didn't want to keep her. So it really would have just been you pulling her for chats. Probably. You see? Probably me, yeah. I can see that. How are you feeling? I'm not going to lie to you. I'm going to be straightforward with you. I do find it weird that you were the only one, rooting for her. Man. No, okay. I'm okay. Just do whatever you want. No, those are not good words. Do whatever you want. I already know we're going backwards again. We can't keep doing this cycle. And look where we're at. We're on Love Island. We're here to make other connections. I have to meet other people other than you. It does sound twisted, and I'm like, damn, one conversation after all the chats that we had, it really changed your perspective on it. Listen, I also still have to explore them. Okay. Oh no,
Don't be saying shit.
I'm saying
you're not transparent. Anytime you have time, you fucking did it.
I'm saying it now.
She said you were never transparent, Casey. You never been.
Okay, I understand that, but I have.
It's the fact that she kept saying, but you were never transparent. You were never transparent. Every conversation that they had in the villa before Casa, he was being transparent. They're in the comments talking about how dare we still like him. These people are young. These people are growing. They all have done something on this show that wasn't favorable to what we seen. Y'all always have to put, I hate KC, but I hate KC, but this, or I hate KC, but that. Y'all are not even willing to say that y'all like KC and TT as a couple just to say that because y'all are afraid that the internet is going to rage bait you. But we forget that when they first walked out, everyone started yelling at them. How were they just initially rude? You're responding to people that are rage baiting you. I'm going to put all the clips in here to prove my point. And for the people that just don't feel like watching this whole video, I'll put timestamps at the bottom so you guys can see the points that were made, because this is getting sad and this is getting ridiculous. But last night when I was voting, and a little clip came up asking, who are we voting for? And a lot of people in the comment section was saying, we voting for the core four. We're voting for the core four. I can't believe people are voting for KC and Tierra after the disgusting behavior of how he treated Aniya and such and such. So people are still on the KC hate. People are still on the fact that they feel like he disrespected Aniya. I have a lot of clips that's going to prove my point, because what I see is a lot of videos circulating around saying things in their own words and putting words in people's mouths of things that they did not say and that they did not mean to prove their point because they don't like an individual. And I don't think that's fair. KC said the grandma comment. He was sitting around joking around with his boy Corbin, and they was having a private conversation about how he felt. And to me, I felt like that's a playful conversation, a joking conversation. It stemmed to the fact of Aniya going to sleep time she gets in bed, and she doesn't like to cuddle or hug or give him kisses. And in the midst of that conversation, they called her a grandma. We're going to get into it. First, let me play this clip of him calling her grandma and what was actually said, and her calling him grandpa. Because a lot of people are saying that, oh, he was disrespectful because she wouldn't give him none, or she wasn't putting out, or that he was calling her grandma because of she wasn't giving him any sex. But when people add these words to it, it makes it look and sound more disrespectful when that's not what he said.
I ain't gonna lie, me and I ain't done shit. As soon as the lights turn off, bro, all I see is Nine like this. That's what I'm saying, bro. I told her about that shit. I was like, leave, bro. I told her I was like, I'm a very touchy person. Yeah.
Why the fuck is his leg up on the chair? It's so it's such a weird stance.
Nick. He's a character, bro. He's a character. He's a grandpa for real. Literally.
Okay, so right here you see that Casey and Corbin, two friends, talking, laughing, and joking together, calling Aniya grandma because all she does is go in there and go to sleep. He said that he's a touchy, a Philly type person. And I'd never heard him say that she wasn't putting out, she wasn't giving him sex. But a lot of people on the internet seem to say that he said that, and it was just so gross and disrespectful. As you can see in the comments, it says gross. Isn't this in real life? Isn't this how boys talk when they're with their friends? I don't see anything that he said that was just so disrespectful. She didn't call her like out of her name or call her a hoe or anything like that. He just said that he was a touchy-feely type person. That's how he feels. She was calling him grandpa because of his stance and how he was sitting and how he moves and does things. Her and Melanie was laughing about that. She's sitting with her homegirl talking about him. But people like to say, oh, it's different. He may laugh and joke when he express himself. She may stay serious. But it doesn't mean that each conversation was not the same. You guys act like he actually went up to her and said, hey, you're a grandma because you didn't do this or didn't do that. In Casa Amor, he clearly said that with TT, he gets hugs and he gets kisses. Is that not true? When Aniya's in the bed with Carl, she didn't hesitate to kiss all on him all night. She didn't hesitate to do it because she actually liked him. She didn't hesitate to straddle him and start kissing him and be more affectionate towards him because she likes him. The same way they was talking about KC's suit in the beginning when he wore the pink suit, or they was talking about how he liked plants. He never said anything about having sex with her, she not putting out, none of those things. Now let's get to point 2. In this clip, Trinity is saying that, every time you mention something about Aniya, it's lustful. Or she's not giving you no kisses, or she's not effing on you and stuff like that, which, like I said, he didn't say anything about her effing on him. But we already know that Trinity had her own vendetta against KC because she didn't like what Bryce told her about what KC said about them being in the top 4 in the beginning of the season. Okay, while Trinity is telling KC that he's talking about Aniya in a lustful sense when it comes to the grandma comment, there's a clip of her feeling some type of way because Bryce wasn't showing enough affection to her and her complaining about that. There's also clips of Kenzie saying that Corbin wasn't giving her enough kisses. You see the correlation here? This is the double standard. And I have many more clips and I have many more comparisons because there seems to be a lack of fairness when it comes to logic and reasoning. Because how is it okay for a woman to go on the show and express her feelings about her concerns and what she believes that she's not getting enough of when it comes to affection? And we're not even talking about sex. Let's leave the sex out of it because none of these people said anything about sex. But they feel like they're not getting enough affection, which is part of if you know somebody is connected to you or not. But then when a man does it, then it looks like he's being lustful and it looks like he's only thinking about sex. When clearly you have Gabe, you have Sincere, and you have Corbin that came in and all they wanted to do was just kiss up on all the women that they could kiss up on. I never seen KC doing that. But we're going to get to Casa. Just wait. Let me go ahead and play this clip.
You guys just need to stop comparing what we have to other people.
I feel like we've been way more affectionate than we have been.
We have.
So I'm like, because it's kind of making me feel like, I'm not gonna lie, it's like making me feel mad uncomfortable right now.
You feel uncomfortable?
Yeah, like
I'm gonna make you uncomfortable.
I
just want to be more affectionate. That's what I want.
just say that.
The question is for you. If you felt like you had nothing in common with Aniya, why drag y'all connection on for weeks? And then two, every time you say something's wrong with Aniya, it's the lust. She's not touching, she's not kissing you, she's not doing this, that, and the third. Like, she's not fucking on you. That's what I'm hearing. So it's giving you never really wanted to fuck with her from the jump. Because if you did, that was something that you would grow and be like, I'm patient with her. I'm okay with waiting for her to be comfortable with me. But you kept talking shit.
All right, y'all seen the clip. How is that any different? It's not different. People could say what they want and say, oh, it's just the way he said it. It's just how he did it. There is no perfect way to say it or do it. It's all the same. Different people, male versus female, cultural backgrounds, and our communication styles, how we grew up in our environments, deem how we communicate. Just because a person communicate the way that they're used to communicating based off of their environment and how they're raised and the people around them, that doesn't mean that they're more disrespectful than another person that's asking in a more softer tone or expressing their feelings in a more delicate manner. Ha ha ha, I'm not getting no kisses, bruh. Versus, oh, I just need a little bit more affection so I can know that the connection is real. Doesn't mean that one person is taking it as a joke, or doesn't mean that they're being disrespectful because they're not speaking in a manner that you're used to. That's just their communication style. And which is why him and TT works so well, because they both have that joking communication style. They both was raised in the same areas. They both can understand each other. With him and Aniya, there was a communication block. They didn't have anything in common. He said they didn't have anything in common. But you guys said that was disrespectful. She kept saying that she wanted to be the safe. She didn't want to be the safe option. She wanted to be the only option. But then people seem to not really listen to these conversations, because after the recoupling and after Casa Amor, when she did that big old breakdown that caused the internet in an uproar, she was at that table talking to the guys and said, I should have picked Carl, but I picked the safe option. So you admitted that you was the one choosing the safe option. You knew that you didn't have anything in common with KC. You knew that you didn't want him to explore, because that means that would leave you single and vulnerable if he was to find somebody that was better for him. You were scared because nobody was picking you. You basically admitted that you was picking Casey as the safe option. Listen to the wording.
I care about her, and I care about her feelings. So, like, I got feelings too. Yeah, exactly. Like, go with your gut, where your heart's at. It's not what you're supposed to do. It's like not meant to be. It's meant to be who you really want to be with, and not a safety net or option or something like that.
Yeah, that's how I felt. I felt like if I brought him back, it would have been a safe option.
I still think, as much as it doesn't seem it now, you did the right choice, because you put yourself out there for someone you cared about at the end of the day. Like, you can't.
They just didn't care about me.
It's not that he didn't care about you.
It is.
It's not. You can't think like that, because he's cared about you a lot the whole time. It wasn't easy for him.
Mm-hmm.
You know, it was a very hard thing. He thought it was like the whole time. He was like, "Fuck! Like, I know this will hurt her."
I don't feel like beautiful in here. I don't feel like respected. Like.
Okay, y'all heard the clips. She said that she picked Casey as a safe option. This is something you've been complaining about, him picking you as a safe option. This is something that you've been complaining about, but you just admitted that that's what you was doing. Then you said that you and him was having problems anyway. Do you not think that when he went to Casa Amor, he was thinking the same thing in his head? Me and her was having problems anyway. I need to explore. And I know y'all gonna keep saying it's not that he explored, it's the way he did it. We're gonna get to that, because I still don't think he did nothing wrong. At the point where she explored and she said to herself that we was having problems anyway, so I'm gonna go ahead and explore. You didn't know what he was doing with TT. You didn't know what he said over there. You didn't know none of that. The only thing that you seen was the heartbreak challenge on TV. Keyword challenge. They was looking at a TV, seeing a heart rate challenge. Meaning that, do these girls always say, oh, if it was a challenge, it's okay? So if it's okay for you to move a certain type of way, kiss men, fondle all on them during a challenge, why is it not okay for the men to do the same thing in a challenge? Yeah, he was moving around and dancing and humping on the women in the challenge, and people didn't like to see that because they was used to old quiet KC not doing much. But we all could see that he was not open to be himself and opening to being himself in the villa, because it was always something when it came to him doing something, doing a challenge, complimenting somebody, wanting to explore. There was always some type of argument. So I feel like he felt depleted over there, and he couldn't enjoy himself on the island like the other men did. Even though the other women in the villa got mad at the things that their men did, they didn't take it over dramatically like Aniya did. They talked about it, they might fussed about it, but they moved on. So when he got to cause some more, yeah, he spreaded his wings a little bit. Yeah, we got to see the real KC. Because even in a real relationship, if somebody's always arguing with you or somebody is always saying something's wrong with you, you're going to feel not your best self. You're not going to be 100% your best self. Not only did she say something about him always trying to explore all the time, but she was always criticizing how he was always too playful and not serious. And in the clip, he says, I can't be anything but myself. I can't be somebody else to please you. He even said in the conversation with her, which y'all keep on saying that he doesn't communicate with her and he doesn't have conversations with her. He said in multiple conversations, and I will play all the conversations, that, hey, I see that you want me to be up here. Down here, and you say that I'm up here. And I'll try my best to change what you want me to change, but I can only be me. He said multiple times that he wanted to explore. When she said, do you feel like I'm stopping you from exploring? Do you still think that's something you want to do? He said, yeah, that's something that I want to do. Now, could he have explored soul more? Yes. But at the same time, she was in a connection with Sincere. He did pull her for chats. He got pulled away from the chats. They didn't say much in those conversations. I feel that he felt it was a connection. And that's why he just left it alone. We can see now that him and TT have a real connection. We can see that him and TT have things in common. He's a nursing assistant, I think, something in nursing. And she's a nanny. They even in the similar fields. Helping people and taking care of people. Then I'm also going to get to the dark-skinned woman comment that you guys keep posting about. Like, I see this in recent videos. This is old, but in recent videos, I see people trying to twist things up and play wordplay stuff to say that him saying that she was a dark-skinned woman and how she's beautiful because of her skin tone or whatever is because he's being performative. But like I said, people seem to skim over everything that she says, because in the clips, you can clearly see that she's at the table talking to the guys saying she doesn't feel beautiful in here. She's talking to Trinity, and Trinity even told Bryce that this is what she thinks. It's hard out here for dark-skinned women. And that is what she thinks. And that's why she feels the way she feels. Then you can clearly see at the moment they was having the conversation, her and KC was having the conversation before he said that dark-skinned women is the blueprint. The conversation started off with them walking to the couch, sitting down, him telling her she's beautiful and saying, I don't want you to feel down about yourself. I want you to have confidence in yourself. That means that Prior to him saying that, she had to been said something about herself to make him say that. And that's when he started talking about dark-skinned women. And she said, I used to feel that way, but not so much now. Okay, you said that in an earlier clip. But then later on in the clip, after he didn't pick you, you said, I don't feel beautiful in here. KC kept reassuring her because of her own doubt. We did not see KC having to reassure Sydney. Sydney is a dark-skinned woman as well. But the difference is she exudes herself with more confidence, whether we like her or not. She didn't have to get reassurance. TT is a black woman. She's not as dark as them, but she's still a black woman. But she exudes herself with confidence. And that's what's attractive to men. All of that whining and crying about, I'm the pity party. I'm not beautiful. I'm beautiful. I need a lot of compliments to get through the season. And I need a lot of reassurance. Men don't like that. They'll start off trying to compliment you and help you and tell you it's okay and reassure you. But later on, it's going to get exhausting. But as you can see, he didn't care about no safe option. He was willing to actually go find the person that is for him, whether that leads him to not be on the show or not. I'm sure he knows that the America loved him and Aniya together because he talked about it with Bryce. But because that situation was so draining, I don't think he cared that he separated from Aniya at that point. He just wanted to find a good connection and enjoy the rest of his time in the villa or on the island. But because Aniya said that she chose KC as a safe option, even though you know you had a connection with Carl, that leads me to believe that you didn't care about a connection. You didn't care about finding love. You cared about staying on the show. You cared about winning the game. Because I never heard KC say, I'm just going to go ahead and pick Aniya because he wants to stay in the villa or as a safe option. But I heard you say it. Let me roll the clip.
I don't want to feel like a fallback option. I want to be like the first choice, your secure choice. You feel me?
And you have every time. I can't even hold this against you, but like, I wasn't your first option. But since that fucking day, you've been my first option every time. Every single day.
Casey.
That's not what you're supposed to do. It's like not meant to be. It's meant to be who you really want to be with, and not a safety net or option or something like that.
Yeah, that's how I felt. I felt like if I brought him back, it would have been a safe option.
It's not that easy in the dating scene for more darker women. So for her, like, it's very hard sometimes to just like think that somebody, truly is, for you. So of course she has those thoughts in the back of her mind. I do think
Zach had to be the person of reason to say, no, you shouldn't have done that. You shouldn't do that. And she shouldn't have done that. If you had a connection with Carl and you say y'all got all these things in common or whatever, you should have chose him. You should have chose him. But what you was thinking in the back of your head is, I've been dealing with KC all this time. Nobody's been picking me, so I might as well just go ahead and pick him. Because if I'm not picked, then I'll have to leave the island. Well, maybe you have to take that risk just like he did. I'm not understanding how y'all thinking that he used her. I think that he tried with her. They both didn't get picked. And I think that he tried with her. And it just didn't work. I think that he could have just explored anyway and been more aggressive with it. But I believe he didn't want to hurt her feelings. But then also, I feel like if he did explore more aggressively, you guys would have had something to say about that. And say, oh, he's being disrespectful. Or he's exploring other women and him and Aniya had something so good together. Y'all would have still made the guy look bad. When Corbin was exploring, when everybody else was exploring, y'all said that they was disrespectful. When Zach said that if somebody comes in, he may still want to explore, y'all said that didn't look good. I believe that if any man on the show says they want to talk to another woman, you guys are going to say it's not a good look. But recent videos and comments, I've seen that Kenzie played the game right. Kenzie explored right. That's how you're supposed to do it. That's another double standard. She explored at least 5. I'm going to say 5 because her and Zach didn't work out. I'm just going to take Zach off the table. She explored 5 men. Told them all the same things. Just because you said that you're exploring, that doesn't mean that you're doing it in a favor that is supposed to be done. And even though y'all say that Dylan is performative, which I believe he's performative, I think he's putting on an act, crying on cue, making faces like his lips shivering like he about to cry when he hasn't been there long enough. I believe he's performative as well. But I think that his questions and his concerns are valid due to the situations. I think these are questions that maybe Caleb should have asked her or other people should have asked her. All right, let's take it back to dark-skinned woman is the blueprint. I love your dark-skinned complexion in the letters and saying that it was performative. Let me go ahead and play the clips of her saying that she doesn't feel beautiful in this villa. Let me play the clips of Trinity saying that that's something that she thinks and how it's hard out here for a dark-skinned woman dating. And then I'm going to play the clip back of what KC said in the middle of a conversation, trying to boost her up because obviously she said something before that to make him respond that way.
Like, I don't feel like beautiful in here. I don't.
For more darker women, so for her, like, it's very hard sometimes to just like think that somebody, you know, truly is, you know, for you. So of course she has those thoughts in the back of her mind. He's always bigging me up, telling me I'm beautiful, constant reassurance. So I feel like we're just very like here together, so it made me happy.
All right, so I'm going to get to this part later, but as you can see in the beginning before saying that, this is the black comment I was talking about. The dark-skinned woman comment. As you can see, he's walking over to the sofa and they start talking about how dark-skinned women are the blueprint. But they don't show the whole conversation. But
Like, you look good. Like,
Huh,
you look
like
really
it?
nice. Yeah.
Thank you.
Even with this flower, like
the flower?
it like really like brings out your features.
Oh, seriously?
You know?
Thank you. You look good too. Cowboy KC.
You look great today, like every day.
Thank you. Oh,
Yeah.
makes me feel good.
The last thing I would want you to feel is like
No, I'm
not
never,
confident
I don't
or like
down on myself. But it is like reassuring.
all right, he said the last thing I would want you to feel is down about yourself. Why would he say that if they never had a conversation before where she was feeling down about herself? And she's always using the word reassuring, reassuring.
I'm hearing that.
I just feel like darker skinned women, like you guys get the short end of the stick, and like they try to put like a negative connotation on you guys.
Casey, I'm gonna cry.
No, really, like all my family's like we black, like
That was a really big thing for me, but now that I'm like older, like I feel better.
All right, she said that was a big thing for her before, but now she feels better about it now that she's older. All right, you guys heard that. Now, we want to keep saying he's being performative, but every action has a reaction. Her actions is her always talking down about herself. Her action is always her being anxious or insecure about him talking to other women. Her actions is her always saying that she's not beautiful enough. And her actions is her talking to other people about the same things. So what is the reaction? The reaction is, I'm going to tell you you're beautiful. I'm going to tell you that you're enough. I'm going to tell you that dark-skinned women are beautiful. But see, the way they cut the clips, you don't see her saying the actual dark-skinned part, but you see her responding in a sense of her saying that. You see Trinity responding, talking about dark-skinned women because Aniya said it, but nobody shows the clip of her saying it. But they'll show the clip of Trinity responding, saying this is what she thinks. Why would she say this is what she thinks if she didn't say it? They didn't post the clip of what Aniya was talking about before KC said what he said. Why would KC say, I don't want you to feel that way about yourself if she didn't say something about herself? A person responds to something based on something that's already been said. So now the clue is, what did they say before that? Or what did they say to make them say the thing that they said? Nobody's just going to walk up to you and be like, yeah, you know, dark-skinned woman's the blueprint, and I don't want you to feel this way about yourself. You're beautiful. Common sense would tell you guys that the conversation did not start that way. But we already know that production is cutting things and perceiving things to make certain people look bad. All right here, one comment says, is it just me, or does anyone else feel like production switched the voting format to make it harder for KC and TT to make the final? I've watched Love Island for years, and I don't remember them ever asking viewers to pick the 4 couples we want in the finale. It's always been vote for your favorite couple. Another person says, I have been watching since season 2 and never heard of such. They want KC and TT out. Hella whack of production. It's giving rigged. I also think that is rigged too, because I made another video of Zach and Bryce. You guys watched the video, the last video I posted, and how there's a lot of sneaky behavior, sabotage, favoritism, and setups on this show. And it's hurting a lot of innocent bystanders and causing America to form a false narrative about their intentions. But let's get back to it, because you guys say that he could have just explored and he could have just communicated that, you know, he was being a pussy because he didn't communicate to her that he just wanted to explore. And if he wanted to explore, he could have explored. Okay, so for one, the only person there to explore was Soul. They didn't barely have any bombshells come. They didn't have anybody else come. Kata went ahead and coupled up with Zach quick, so he couldn't talk to her. If you guys forget that in another clip, Melanie pulled KC for a chat, and I think she was probably just doing that out of spite of Aniya always talking to Sincere all the time, because we already know, we said it in the beginning, that she chose Sincere first. And I'm going to play that clip because there's something interesting about that clip as well. But Melanie pulled KC for a chat, and he went for a chat. And as soon as she did that, who was getting upset? Who said they were upset? Aniya. This was in the beginning. Everybody's saying that KC was jealous of Aniya and that he had this revenge on her and all this stuff. But it's the other way around. People were pulling KC for chats. People were saying they was interested in KC, but she got mad anytime somebody showed any interest, talked to him or anything, because she wasn't getting the same thing. That's why she was mad. It wasn't even that they had a real connection, because she didn't even know him then. But she was mad that he was getting some type of attention and getting some type of play, and well, he was and she wasn't. Y'all pay attention. I'm going to play the clip of Melanie pulling KC.
Melanie is pulling KC for a chat, and he has got loads of questions for her.
KC, I want to pull you.
Oh, you're gonna pull me?
Yeah.
Okay.
How's your day?
It's going pretty good. I mean, I just woke up and shit.
I do wear glasses, so I could
I
not
have
see
not
you.
seen you wear no glasses since.
I know, I don't
You
wear.
wear contacts?
Nope.
So I know you're not making.
I'm not even gonna lie. Like, I've been like kind of pissed off. I just feel like I don't know. I'm
I mean, if it's on
super
your
fucking
mind,
irritated.
I can see it on your face, bro.
I'm
like-
just super fucking irritated.
About what?
I just want him to be honest, like who he wants to talk to, who he wants to explore with, you know, or like even how he feels with me. Because if it's like if he doesn't really feel like anything with me, I'm like, okay, well, I'm gonna explore my options too.
Right.
You know, I don't know.
I don't know. Just being in, okay, we're in a couple, but can we still go and can we go? Is it what we're doing,
Yeah.
or are we just getting to know each other more? Like, are we gonna put our energy into other people and get to know them, or are we gonna put our energy into?
Okay, as y'all can see, this is episode 4 now. 4. And she's already acting jealous because KC is getting pulled for chats. She's already acting a certain type of way because he's talking to other people, saying how she's irritated about it, and she just want him to be transparent. And like I said in the beginning, he's always been transparent. You guys said he wasn't scared. He was scared to explore. He's went to go talk to Melanie. He talked to Soul at least 2 or 3 times. He talked to anybody that wanted to talk to him. It just wasn't clicking. He just didn't find his connection at the time. But y'all said he was scared to explore. But as you can see, he's talking. As you can see, every time he talks, she gets mad, she gets irritated, and she takes it out on who? Him. She takes it out on him when they get back together and start talking, and he has to reassure her of the connection and how beautiful she is and all of these things that she's saying she's insecure about. She didn't really say nothing at this point because I haven't built nothing yet, but you guys are going to see later on every time she gets upset. I'm going to play all the clips where he tried to explore, tried to talk to somebody, or said he wanted to explore. And then I'm going to play the clips where she got upset in the conversation, walked off, didn't talk to him a whole day, or got mad about him exploring, even though she said that he should.
Bare chest.
So, how do you feel?
Honestly, I'm really upset. I feel like you did a lot there too. You had your arm over her.
No. I did not have my arm over her.
Yes, did, Casey. I mean, it wasn't like caressing.
No. I was already like this. She came in between me and Gabe. That wasn't my idea. It already looks bad because I have hella red on me.
Yeah.
The last thing I want to make you feel is like shit. You know what I mean? Like, I don't want you to cry or like feel.
I'm really like confused how this spun to me. Like seriously.
You feel good that like she didn't really understand where I was coming from. It doesn't feel good knowing that we both aren't on the same page, you know?
A fallback option if I want to be like the first choice, your secure choice. You feel me?
And you have every time. I can't even hold this against you, but like I wasn't your first option. But since that fucking day, you've been my first option every time.
With just you guys, and I feel like it's always that fear of like he might be telling me one thing, but with you guys, he might be.
This is the thing I wanna.
Shrewd. But Casey, can I put you for a chat real quick?
Okie dokie. Great talk.
Yeah. Why are you cheesing so hard?
What?
I'm just asking a question. Let's go upstairs and talk.
Oh God, help my hand.
I hold your hand upstairs. Oh Lord.
He really likes Aniya. He's never said that it's bad. What he said he's got with her is good.
Feeling like a safe option. That makes me feel really shitty. And I feel like you were only trying to stay with me because it was a safe option.
No, that's not what I'm saying.
I don't want to ever feel like a safe option. Like I just want to be like, oh yeah, I'm 100% sure. Like I really want to be with her. Like, but you literally said in the challenge today the only reason you didn't pursue Soul is because sincere. That's what you said.
I don't think that's the case.
Basically doubting what they've got. So you gotta think in two weeks he hasn't put one person for. And that's fine if he's happy with Aniya. He thinks he's winning with her.
Who else were we supposed to do?
Well, I talk to someone. You should do that. If she said that to you, you'd be like, "Now I don't want to talk." Yeah, you probably would be less likely to.
That's what she was saying, and it just kind of was like off-putting because I couldn't read if she was like trying to be like funny or like it's kind of a tricky situation. I'm already over that. The whole Soul shit anyways.
Now you're like trying to be Captain Save-A-Ho and keep Soul. Who else would she have explored in here if everybody else said no and you're the only one rooting for her? Soul's not even in here anymore, but he was saying like he felt like she deserved a second chance, which I understand, but it's just like that should piss you the fuck off hearing that shit.
Aniya!
What's that?
Where you going?
I just want to sit. I just don't feel like talking right now. You have wanted to take the initiative to pull her.
I would have pulled her for a shot. Yeah. Do you still think keeping Soul would have been the right decision? Yeah, I feel like it would. I feel like it would make more sense. But if you have to think, because Sincere's fully off of it, because Sincere didn't want to keep her, so it really would have just been you pulling her for chats. Probably. You see? Probably me. Yeah. I can see that. And you looking like, I'm just taking everything in. How are you feeling? I'm not gonna lie to you, I'm gonna be straightforward with you. I do find it weird that you were the only one rooting for her. Good. You know what? Do whatever you want. I don't care. I understand. I'm okay. I'm okay. Just do whatever you want. No, those are not good words. Do whatever you want.
With Casey, I fear I've been avoidant all day. I've been dodging him and really listen to me. I just hope this is a little stumble and we can get over it. You got this. You gotta make that man happy. That's okay. I ain't never seen this man this sad. He's such a sad pup. Please.
All right, so y'all seen that. I played all the clips where he told her multiple times, I'm still thinking about exploring. I'm still wanting to explore. Him talking to somebody and she pulling him away. Him talking to somebody and she getting mad and telling other people she mad about it. But y'all said that he don't need to go talk to his homeboys about why he feel his way he feel. He need to just talk to her. But you see, every time he talked to her, she got upset. Every time he expressed the feelings about what he felt, she got upset. Even when he had a concern about her, she said, oh, you're flipping it on me now. The girl does not know how to communicate. The girl is insecure about everything that he did. He's drowned and defeated. He's letting out sighs like, oh, I'm sick of it. But y'all not seeing it. Y'all just keep saying that, oh, he was just pouring into her and he just switched up on her. No. All right. So right here, she's going to say that me and KC didn't leave on good terms. So I'm going to go ahead and start exploring and basking in the experience. Now, before, you see how she was complaining about how he was exploring. She didn't know what was going on in Casa. She didn't know if he was exploring. She didn't know if he was kissing. She didn't know if he was doing none of that. But she said that they was having problems before Casa. So why did she get so upset and start crying and acting all erratic when he didn't choose her if she said herself that they was having problems before Casa?
Carl's just so sophisticated and he's so genuine. And me and Casey didn't really leave on good terms. You know what? You're not.
That was the double standard that Zach was talking about. How are you going to get mad because you seen something on television which was a challenge when you literally kissed Carl? Not saying anything's wrong with it, but you was the one complaining the whole time when he was trying to explore with somebody else, and you technically didn't know what was going on there after that until you both got pictures of each other kissing someone else. So you did the exact same thing he did. You talked about him. He said he didn't have a connection with you, and you said you needed someone more mature and said that Carl was more sophisticated. Let me play that. Let me play the part where she was telling Melody that she needs somebody that's more mature.
We need to explore. Because he seems like very mature. Yeah. And I feel like I need that. I feel like I'm not used to like the maturity.
How is that any different from how he felt about her in Casa, from how she feels about him in Casa? They're doing the exact same things.
Well, you know who I'm with, though.
Anaya, right?
Oh, okay. Okay.
But that's not your girlfriend.
It's not my girl.
Okay, then. You should explore. That's what you're here for.
I literally didn't even explore. I don't think I explored anybody.
Well, you gonna explore me.
Ah, shit.
And we gonna have some fun. Okay.
Sorry to interrupt. Can I have a turn to take you to chat? Yes. You're exploring everything today. Yes. What happened? Yes. How are you?
I like physical attributes. You know, you gotta look good, at least to the eye. But you're coupled, right?
I'm coupled up with Casey.
Okay, how's that?
It's going really good. Me and Casey have a really good connection.
Okay.
We're very transparent with one another, but we're definitely open.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't think anybody's really settled down.
Nope, no one's settled down.
Whatever happens.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Honestly, he's nice to look at, so I cannot wait to see Corbin in the morning with his shirt off while he's working out. Yeah, I feel like I'm gonna stay on that channel. I think so. Oh my god, that's what I'm talking about. I love that. Like, that man is fine, and he got personality too.
What's your love language?
Physical touch, of course.
Ooh. Okay.
No, don't get yourself into something you don't.
Boy,
Okay, to TT, he still acknowledged that he was with Anaya. Even though he was exploring, he still acknowledged that. He never said that he wasn't with her. The only time he talked about Anaya was when he was talking to Corbin, the same way she talked to Melanie. I never seen him say anything to TT, bigging her up and putting her down. They had their own personal connection and own personal chats. And as you can see, he said that his love language is physical touch. Now you see in this clip right here, Anaya says she likes to take things slow. She don't want anybody all in her cooters, kissing all up on her and stuff like that. She want to take it slow.
With me, I don't want to be a safe option. I want to be the option. Literally the only option, number one. And also with the bedroom shit, like, damn, can a bitch take it slow? Like, literally. I'm like, fuck me. Like, I love that you just go right to sleep, though. Like, I wish I was that bitch. First of all, I'd be tired as fuck. Like, and I'm sorry that I don't want to spread my fucking legs open in this damn bed. But a bitch want to take it slow. Like, I don't want you all in my cooters. Like, damn. No, I get it. With Casey, I fear I've been avoidant all day. I've been dodging him.
But with Carl, she didn't care about that. She said she wanted to jump his bones. No, that was Kenzie. She said something else, but it was still the same, sort of the same line.
Make sure that none of it gets lost. I got motherfucking butterflies in this bitch. Honestly, that's why you gotta leave shit in the past, because you know the future have better things coming for you. I thought I was about to fuck that man and say less. Thank you, America. That's what I gotta say.
She said she thought she was about to F that man and say less. But I thought you wanted to take it slow. I thought you didn't like all of that. I feel like just say he was not your type. Just say y'all was not compatible. But don't let the man feel bad because he likes physical touch and he wants to be close with his partner. And you're making him look bad because you don't like him and he was the safe option. But then you get with Carl and it's a totally different story. Now you about to F that man and say less. Now you all over him kissing him and stuff. Now you can explore when you want to explore. But makes him look bad in front of everybody else like he did something to you. It's not cool. And he was not disrespectful. I keep saying time and time again. This is what the double standard looks like. Him saying they didn't have a connection. Corbin asked him that. He was just walking around just talking about her all disrespectful, like, yeah, you know, Aniya this, Aniya that. I didn't see that. I seen Corbin ask a question and he answered. A lot of stuff they was laughing about and giggling about Corbin said, but y'all put it on KC. When Corbin said that the Villa girls are high school girls and the Casa girls are college girls. KC didn't say that. Corbin said that. He laughed about it, but he didn't say that. Corbin was in the mix of them calling her grandma and laughing about it. Two guys just hanging out talking like any other guys would do, like any other females would do. Because she talks to Trinity about Casey. She talks to Melanie about Casey. She probably didn't talk to everybody about Casey up there. She even talked to Zach about Casey. But Zach is the one that said that, hey, you may need somebody that's a little more compatible with you.
Like, in a sense of, like, you might need someone a bit more you and Kata. You know what I mean? Yeah, me and Kata are so different. I think that's why it works. Yeah. She wants me to be serious all the time. She's very chill and serious. Yeah. Do you know what I mean? I can do that, but that's just not fun. It just seems like a fucking job at that point.
He encouraged this. That's another thing. When that big old argument was going on, I didn't hear none of the guys saying you guys weren't compatible. We talked about it. This is what he expressed. Blah, blah, blah. It took TT for her to say that you guys over there did say that this is the happiest you ever seen him. So don't say this, that, and the third. They wasn't even going to admit that the stuff, the connection was crumbling and it wasn't a good connection anyway. They was just gonna let him take the rap for all of that. But y'all seen where every time he expressed himself, she would walk off and be immature about it. I have yet to see nobody say that her communication style. Well, I did see a couple of videos. A couple of videos did say that, but it didn't get enough views. Because like I said, y'all trying to push y'all own narrative. But there's plenty of times he communicated. And actually, he was not even a bad communicator when they first start talking. But I feel like because there was so much hostility after he came back from Casa, that's what made his communication look bad, because he said in a clip, he said, I want to go talk to Aniya, but I want to do it when the girls are not around because I don't do well communicating when it's a hostile environment.
I know I gotta be a man and just tell her straight up like how I feel and how everything happened, but it doesn't make it easier when the energy is very hostile. Because I care about her and I care about her feelings, but I got feelings too.
He said that. There's a lot of clips of him talking, articulating himself about how he feels and what he wants to say and how he wants to say it, and him actually saying it. But people are, I guess, putting on earmuffs when he's talking. People are putting on earmuffs when they hear the girls call him a B, call him a little A boy, call him a coward and lame and stupid. All of these names, and a pussy. They put on earmuffs when they hear the actual disrespect. They say that calling her a grandma is more disrespectful than all of those bad words. But at no time did I see this man call her out her name, respond back in a negative type of way. The only thing I see him doing is sitting there trying to talk. I agree he should have had his head up, but I already know, due to all the stuff that they went through, he knew that Aniya was going to have some type of reaction. But he walks in and he's saying absolutely nothing. Trinity is the one that's saying, oh, look at him. He can't even look up. He ain't holding in this month. She's already talking. And I like Trinity and all, but in this scene, I was like, shut the F up, because I actually wanted to hear what he had to say. The host asked him a question, and as he's trying to answer that question, here you go. All the girls are chiming in and yelling, and they're reacting to her reaction. If she was to take it like a champ and say, hey, I'm proud of you, I'm glad you found a connection or whatever, I don't particularly like these things, I don't think they would have been so reactive. But because she was crying and saying, you didn't pick me, and I picked you every time, you didn't pick him every time.
Killing me right now. But I got faith.
All right, well, let's find out. Casey, open your door. Oh, how are you feeling?
I mean, that shit is actually crazy. It doesn't feel good. Kind of awkward, but
Go ahead and open it. Hi. Oh, Sincere has options. Aniya, what made you choose Sincere?
I feel like he has a really good personality. I like how you just are really outspoken and just present yourself well. And I felt like you had a lot of stuff compatible, so I thought it would be a good match.
Anything having to do with the kiss?
Oh yeah, those two.
So you felt you and Sincere was compatible. He's outspoken and presents himself well, but you just met him. So how do you know that he's compatible to you and he's all these things? See, that's what looks and pretty privilege does. It makes you look like a better person than what you are or what people know you to be. Which is why she is still Team Sincere. You built up a whole case against a black man that has done nothing to you to make the world hate him because you wasn't true to yourself. But you're still Team Sincere. Make it make sense. And in the beginning, he picked you. You might have picked him every time after that, but you picked him every time after that because he was the safe option. That's what you said. He was the safe option. And there was nobody else in there trying to pick you. You knew Carl was more compatible with you. Y'all had a good connection. He chose you. And you let him go home because you was too busy picking a safe option so you wouldn't go home. But then accused KC of doing that. But as we can see, he picked TT regardless. He could have said, hey, let me just keep Aniya so I wouldn't go home because they think that we're a good connection. He knew that we chose them as a good connection, and he took a risk and picked somebody else, even though he probably knew that was going to make him look bad. So who's really in it for the game, and who's really in it for finding love? Make it make sense, because you guys are not making sense. Then now all of a sudden she's crying tears and saying, oh, I should have picked Carl. It should have been Carl. I should have picked Carl. You let the man go. I don't see how this is just a love story all of a sudden. It just looks to me like she cried about something, like a kid crying about some candy or something that they want, and you just give it to them so they can be quiet. It's like she cried about it and y'all just gave her the man back, and now she's satisfied and like, okay, now I have a couple so I don't have to worry about KC anymore. It was given spoiled, manipulative, and weaponizing tears to get what you want. She's been weaponizing her tears the whole season. You've been crying the whole season. That is not something that an adult does to get what they want. That's not real life. Fairy tales is not a real life. What I seen last night with KC and TT, that is a fairy tale. But it was built off a lot of things that they had to go through. Them actually getting to know each other, building a connection, a real connection. Not you just regretting that you didn't choose somebody because somebody else didn't pick you. And then now you just want them back just to save face so you could just stay on the island. This is almost what happens in a real relationship or a marriage. Two people not talking to each other or having a resolution. They go back to their families and they tell them all these bad things that they did. Those family members was not there. They don't know exactly what happened. They just know one side of a story. And then when that person starts coming around, they treat them a certain type of way, or they hate that person because of all the things you said about them. They already painted a picture in their head about them because you gave them that. And then you're wondering why the family doesn't like them. Well, first is because you keep telling all their business. You don't talk to the person yourself. You don't resolve anything yourself. Everything you said about them was negative, but you want them to like them. It's the same thing she did with KC. Always complain. And then when he goes somewhere else, it's, oh my God, I can't believe that he chose somebody else. What was he supposed to do? I think that this is the only way that it could have happened. Look what's going on now. He actually have a real connection. Like I said, a man knows what he wants in a woman. A man knows what he wants, even in the real outside world. Y'all could take this as a lesson with him finding TT. A man knows what he wants. All it takes is them being around you a little bit, having a couple of conversations, and that man knows, especially when they have found their wife. You could be in a relationship with a man for 10 years, 15 years, and all it's going to take is that one time that he finds that person, and it could be for a couple of months. It could be for 1 year. And they know this is my person. And I feel like with a man, you can hold him hostage long enough, but he's going to do what he's going to do. The same way we're going to do what we're going to do. But we went over this. She said she chose him as a safe option. She explored. He let her. He explored. She didn't let him. All of these things y'all claiming that he was disrespectful about, I have yet to see it or hear it with my own ears. So you guys comment below and let me know what y'all think about it. I'm out.